Hey there, Oz.
Hey there, Curtis.
Hey, what movies, plural, are we watching this week?
This week, for the first episode, we'll get to why here
in a moment.
I've got a movie marriage of Undercover Brother.
Yes.
Meets Surf Nazis Must Die. With a dash of Roadhouse.
Of course.
A blip of Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
A little bit of Hot Fuzz.
Of course.
And a whole lot of the presidents of the United States of America.
Oh, I love it.
This week, we're watching Point Break.
What a fun movie.
It is a fun movie. I was all over the place with my movie marriage.
Yeah.
I had Silence of the Lambs in there at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, like how many surf movies do I want to tie in?
Yep.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall would not have made it if it weren't for the Lori Petty teaching him how to surf. See, that's the only reason that's it. Just
I figured that's why that one was there. Yep. Just pop up. You're dragging your foot.
Not so much. Pop down.
Pop up.
So, Surf Nazis Must Die was in there, and then I got rid of it in place of Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and then Bodhi mentioned them being like Nazis, and I was like, oh, it's got to go in.
It's got to go back in, yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. What did you have for a movie marriage for this?
As you know, I love doing movie marriages, even when it's not my week. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things about prepping for each week. I would have had Dirty Dancing, Dead Presidents.
I almost had that, but I thought that was too obvious, so I went.
Well, I just leaned into it. Yeah, Dead Presidents. I went back and forth between Deep Cover and Undercover Brother, as you did. So I would have went with Deep Cover, but Undercover. I love your Undercover Brother. Surf's Up.
Yeah.
And then my punchline would have been In the Spirit of I Love You, Man, because this movie is just really about male relationships.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. It really truly is. So well done as well.
Yeah.
So,
I love your movie marriage. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About Flicks, the podcast where we take a monthly theme. We are doing a truncated wrap up of Bam Bam Kathryn Bigelow month because we are idiots. And
we are, because we can't use calendars. We just can't.
The way we prep for the show well in advance is we map out several months before a new year what our upcoming year's themes will be. And then as we plug along, we have an idea for what movie might satisfy. We plug that movie in. And usually we have more movies than we need.
Yes.
Hence the case for this month, or January, I should say, as we only had 4 Wednesdays, but our Kathryn Bigelow filmography was about 6 movies long. We omitted Zero Dark 30, left Point Break, I think anticipating to replace something that we didn't replace.
Yes, we didn't. And Jenny caught it.
Yes.
So kudos to your significant other, because she was one who corrected
my wife
us.
Last night as Jenny and I were wrapping up watching the movie, there was about 5 minutes left, and she assumed that it was the kickoff to next month's theme, which we'll get to. And I said, no, this one's mine. And she just point blank said, well, how does this fit in a month with only 4 weeks? And I'm like, yeah, well, you married an idiot. So
it's 5 movies in 4 weeks. And so we already did the prep for it, and we were both excited with how we prepared for this. So you're going to get a double dose this week.
So we're going to be a shorter episode.
We're going to go a little shorter on the plot for Point Break, but we're still going to do the normal bits for those of you who are along for the bits.
Yeah, mainly because we both already had all the notes.
We did. So it's like, well, we may as well.
I know. I'm like, let's just do it. So,
plus, I mean, it was, it had been probably 20 years, 25 years since I'd seen the movie. It was a first time watch for you.
First time watch for me.
I'm also just really curious as to your experience with Point Break.
Yeah, it was a very fun movie. For a movie about adrenaline rushes, there was a lot of adrenaline rush in this movie.
Yes, there was.
But yeah,
very, very similar to The Hurt Locker, which we covered last week.
Yeah, just not as high flying.
Yeah,
or wet.
It was a lot more arid. Hurt Locker was more arid than Point Break.
Yeah. So and a little bit more worldly, as This took place in 3 countries as opposed to just 2 and
Yes.
Hurt Locker. So, but yeah, we've got, like I said, just a short one. So who's in Point Break?
Yes, let's get right to it. Again, Kathryn Bigelow directed. Our 2 leads are Bodhisvata, Patrick Swayze. He's a surfer. He's a bank robber. Spoiler alert. And he's the epitome of cool and earthly and connected. And countered by Keanu Reeves's former college football quarterback, blew out his knee, turned FBI agent, Charles Tillman. I mean Keanu Reeves as
I was gonna say Charles Tillman
as Johnny Utah.
Johnny Peanut Utah.
I worked in I got, for the first time in my life, I have a Bears jersey. I'm 46 years old, and I asked for my birthday.
I don't have one. Good for you.
For a Bears. So, and I asked for Peanut Tillman because between Walter Payton and Charles Tillman is probably my favorite football player ever. A, because he was an outstanding player.
Yes.
But B, because he's just a good person. And it's easy to cheer for someone who is a great player for your team, borderline Hall of Famer.
Yeah, should be.
Yes. Has a play named after him that is referenced every week. But also, after he retired, he joined the FBI.
Yeah.
And
for good reasons.
Yeah, like that was his career goal. He just happened to be really good at football.
And left the FBI for good reasons.
That too, yeah. I've referenced Charles Tillman in my work as a high school, college, and career counselor as someone who, has made a pretty significant career change well into their adult life, and like how it's okay to change course and to expect the unexpected.
It also helps to have made millions in
There's
your first,
also that too.
in your first
it's a little easier to make major careers when you have a financial fallback. We also have Gary Busey, a shockingly good, for the most part, Gary Busey as Utah's partner FBI agent Angelo Pappas. I'll take 2.
Yeah.
2. Give me 2 meatball sandwiches.
These are so good. I should have had you get me a 3rd.
Give me 2. We got Lori Petty as Tyler Endicott. She teaches Utah how to surf. She's an ex of Bodhi. She's along for the ride.
She's the connecting piece between their 2 worlds.
Yeah. We got the rest of Bodhi's crew. James LaGrosse, who's a Bigelow staple, as Roach. John Philbin is Nathaniel. Bo Jesse Christopher is Gromit. And also Lee Tergeson as Rosie makes an appearance later. A couple others who pop up. John C. McGinley. That's right. Scrubs' and Platoon's John C. McGinley as FBI Director Ben Harp. You're young, dumb, and something else. Yep. Full of laughs.
Johnny Utah. He's a
yuckster full of laughs.
He likes to laugh.
He loves. We also have, because it's a Kathryn Bigelow movie, we've got a Tom Sizemore.
Yes, we do.
As uncredited as DEA agent Dietz. I think he's related to Lydia Dietz.
I think it was his uncle or her uncle. Yeah.
Yes. By the way, R.I.P. to Catherine O'Hara.
Yes.
Oh man, that news hit the other day. What a loss. She's one of those people. She was kind of taking on a career arc, sort of like a Jennifer Coolidge or a Dolly Parton, where it's like, doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, what your belief system or your value system is.
You just love her.
Everybody liked Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah. Well, it's just what happens when you're a good person.
Yes. And a funny person.
Yes. And a funny person too.
And everybody loved Catherine O'Hara. Just mourning for her and her family and everyone connected to her.
Absolutely. Well stated.
Yeah. So that's who's in Point Break. Oz, let's get to the mini plot of 91's Point Break.
Yeah, you've got, again, new FBI agent Johnny Utah, finishes up at Quantico, gets immediately sent out to LA to join their group because that is the bank robbery capital of the world.
And everybody goes to LA to rob banks.
And McKinley's character is very proud of how many of these bank robberies they crack. However, there is one little gang that is very unorthodox. Not only do they bust into a bank, they're wearing rubber latex masks of former presidents, but they're unorthodox in that they really only take what's in the till. They don't hit the vault. They're in and out in 90 seconds, and they've knocked off like 30 banks.
Yeah.
And they're not year round. it's kind of, by the summer, it's a weird trend that they've got there.
Yeah.
Because he's a rookie, he gets teamed up with Pappas, and Pappas has a theory that I think they're surfers.
I think they're surfers.
They
found wax at the scene. It's got to be from a surfboard.
And he became a wax expert. And
yeah.
got to have one on the force.
Yes.
And so they have an idea that they're surfers. So they start checking out the beaches. And of course, everybody's surfing. So who is it going to be? So let's see. Johnny Utah then decides, well, I need to learn how to surf. Maybe I can infiltrate a group and figure them out from the inside. Problem is, he doesn't know how to surf. He meets up with Tyler. Lori Petty's character, she doesn't want to teach him how to surf, but because it's the FBI, you're not completely wholesome and honest. So he fakes dead parents like she has to connect with her so that she teaches him how to surf. Introduces him to Bodhi, who is like the surf god of the beach, of whatever beach he's on.
The surf lowercase g god.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's not literally like Maui.
Maui. Yeah, he picks up his big fish hook and just turns into an ant.
Yeah,
that's why he's so good at robbing.
He's so good. Yeah. And so he becomes friends with the group. He's he's in there, whatever. Another bank gets knocked off, and Johnny thinks it's this other little group. With Anthony Kiedis and other guys, that because they're nasty people, it's got to be them.
It's got to be them. They're bad guys. They're surfers. Right. They check the boxes. They have criminal records.
Yeah. So the movie very heavy-handedly makes you know that it's Bodhi's group.
Of course it is.
Because why would you have two surf groups?
Yeah. So they only hired Kiedis to be a red herring,
right? Because
he's in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'll see you later, folks.
It's the Red Herring Chili Peppers.
It's the Red Herring Chili Peppers.
Well, Flea can't be the only actor in the group.
That's right. I mean, they've both been in stuff.
Flea's been in a lot of stuff.
He has been in a lot of stuff, yeah.
And so, we've got this, Johnny's in with these guys, and they think it's this other group, and there's a stakeout at the Anthony Kiedis group. Not only because they attacked Johnny, but he's pretty certain they've got to be the group because these guys are terrible. So the FBI stakes it out. They bust in. They murder a couple of them, not intentionally, but just they only found a couple like kilos of drugs. So these guys are bad guys, but they're not bank robber bad guys. They're drug dealer bad guys.
they're bad guys, but not bad guys.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, Sangeef.
And so, that obviously then pivots to, well, there's really only one other surf group, and Johnny,
4 people.
Johnny immediately is like, it's my friend.
It's my new friends. It's my new pals.
So they stake out a bank. They figured out, I followed Bodhi. He went into this bank for like 20 minutes. I think they're going to hit it.
Yeah.
They hit it. There's a wild.
Yeah, it is.
Chase.
Oh.
Because naturally the 4 minutes of the stakeout of the bank that they weren't paying attention is when they hit the bank.
Yeah.
Utah
went to get Pappas two meatball sandwiches, and while he's ordering, you see, I love that shot. You see over his shoulder, and he just they pull up. The 4 guys pour out of the car, run into the bank, and Utah doesn't see any of it because he's ordered two meatball sandwiches.
I love how they did not really show much of what they were doing in the bank. We knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they're robbing the bank. We had already seen them do this once.
Yeah. But I love how we're this whole bank robbery, we're tracking Utah.
Yeah.
So he shows up. He even mentions, did you catch that Lincoln pull up? That's about the time they come out of the bank. There's a chase ensues. They pull up at a gas station. Literally, flamethrower with a gas pump, light the car on fire. A foot chase happens. Meanwhile, these guys never take their masks off.
Nope.
Ronald Reagan, who is Bodhi, Johnny's chasing him. We've established a couple different times LA's not that big.
Nope, it's very quaint.
Michael Douglas can walk it in an afternoon.
He can.
And so he chases him, and we get the quintessential shot where, because of the bum knee, they're jumping into like this viaduct, and
that knee just goes out at the worst moment.
It's a trick one.
It is. It's a tricky knee.
And so Reagan, Bodhi / Reagan's climbing a fence. Johnny Utah's got him dead to sights with his gun. But again, he's got a bad knee, so he's laying there in agony. He's got the gun pulled on him, realizes I can't shoot my friend, fires his shots off into the air, and Bodhi gets away. So we know at this point it crashes through. There's just all this talk of adrenaline. Bodhi's group obviously recognize Johnny. They come and get him, drag him into this, like, we're going to go skydiving.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they both know, but they don't play it up as they know. But the movie ends up with, they force Johnny into going on a bank heist with them.
Yeah, they kidnap Tyler. They're holding her hostage. Because
they've kidnapped Tyler. They're holding her for hostage. Johnny cares about her. And they go on this last bank robbery falls apart as they do go to the vault, which means they're there longer. It's an undercover police officer, or not undercover, off-duty police officer happens to be at the bank, fires off some shots. They end up killing him. Pretty much everybody in Bodhi's crew dies.
Yeah.
They're in a plane. They're going to fly over into Mexico, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Long story short, everybody in Bodhi's crew dies. Pappas dies.
Yeah.
And they land in Mexico. Tyler gets free. There was reference to the 50-year storm that Bodhi's been chasing. And it's supposedly hitting the Australia, New Zealand area this next summer. End of the movie, Johnny shows up. Nobody's surfing the beach because it's just the waves are too crazy, too big of a storm.
Yeah, everybody's walking away except for Bodhi.
Yeah, Johnny heads down to the beach. Bodhi's there. You're under arrest. Police show up, and Bodhi's like, "Let me have one more. Let me ride this wave before we go." And he's like, "Can't do it. You think I'm gonna surf to New Zealand?" Like,
yeah.
So he lets him go, and it's understood that he died the way he lived.
Yeah. Well, he had made some reference earlier in the movie about, like, you want to die doing what you love,
right? Yeah,
and full circle.
Yeah,
so, that's 91's Point Break. Yeah, that's our mini plot summary.
Yeah, very mini plot, and that's okay. Mini plot summary.
Yeah, we'll get to the important stuff, I think, during our bits here. Yeah. Hey, Oz, how would you rate this flick?
I gave it a hang 10.
A hang 10. I love it.
This gets a hang 10. What are you giving it?
I narrowed it down to two possible ratings, two possible unique ratings. I just realized that in our truncated thing, I forgot to do our normal bit there. I'm gonna give it either a 50-year wave or two meatball sandwiches.
I had a feeling meatball sandwiches are coming up. We're gonna go meatball sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah, you could pick. Hey, folks, every week, Oz and I scour the interwebs. This case, we did it twice this week, searching for unprofessional reviews that tickle our funny bones, and we hope they tickle yours as well. In this week's edition of Outside Insight, Oz, what is your Outside Insight?
I've got a 5-star review left on Letterboxd by Wood back in March of 2016.
I think it's Elijah.
I think so. Or Carrie.
It could be Carrie. I think they're related, aren't they? Elijah and Carrie Wood.
I think Elijah, Carrie, and Tiger are all brothers.
Tiger, yeah. Well, that's where the Woods come in. There's several of them.
Yeah, Tiger was the youngest, even though he doesn't look it, but he's the youngest.
Yeah.
So he added the S. So
yeah, his legal last name is just Wood, but when they're all together, they're Woods because they're
Well, and he's a golfer, so you can't golf with just one Wood.
Like L is in the family too.
Yeah, exactly. youngest sister. So.
Yeah, she's there too.
Wood says, "All I'm saying is if some dude named Johnny Utah tries to join my squad, I'm going to assume he's an undercover cop. Even if he produces an ID that says Johnny Utah, that's one of the fakest names of all time. Yeah. If the FBI was smart, they would stop making fun of Utah for being a no-good football player, blue flame specialist, and make him change his name. Johnny Utah sounds so fake. This movie should be half an hour long. Here's how it should have went down. Utah, hey, you want to teach me how to surf because my parents died? Okay, I guess. What's your name? Johnny Utah. You're clearly an undercover cop. Never talked to my crew. 5 stars.
I love it. Well done, Wood.
It was solid, and then it's like, let me throw in the script of how this movie should go. So
Wood's review was all bark, no bite.
Hey.
He didn't leave anything to the imagination.
Nope. It's a nice one.
Yeah. Again, I'll see you later, folks.
Yeah. Well, he logged his review on Letterboxd. So.
He did. He logged the experience. I love it.
What do you got?
I got 2. I'm going to share, if you don't mind, both from the Internet Movie Database.
Yeah.
And Oz, I usually, just to save time, I'll take time at the beginning of every month and just do all the outside insights because I used to have that habit of forgetting to do it, and then I'd have to find it mid-show.
Got it.
So I just do it all at once, and I have been waiting to share these 2 with you, my friend.
Oh boy.
Yes. So both from the Internet Movie Database. The first one is a 2 out of 10, left in November 2024, so just a little over a year ago, by Nick Bowen, with the subject line, "This is laughably bad." There's a mathematical theorem where you give an infinite number of chimps typewriters and an infinite amount of time, they will write the complete works of Shakespeare. Give 5 chimps typewriters, they'll come up with a screenplay for Point Break in under 5 minutes. So that's my first. I like that. My second one is a 10 out of 10, left by Monkeys Galore in April of 2020.
The monkeys wrote this one.
The monkeys. Yeah, it was the monkeys. It was the chimps on the typewriters.
They had a few more minutes, so they just went ahead and wrote a review.
With the subject line, "Surfing, Action, Bank Robbing, and Patrick Swayze's Mullet." So I'm cherry picking a little bit here. It's a rather lengthy one, but yes. Kathryn Bigelow should be proud. Point Break is pure fantasy. It jams surfing, action, love, and crime into one awesome-looking package and presents it excitedly. Point Break is chock full of great action sequences. The beach fight was cool, with Reeves and Swayze showing off their moves. Also, this movie is not gay. I hate it when people always try to overanalyze every male relationship looking for gay subtext. Every decision Keanu made with Bodhi's life was out of friendship and respect. It's not gay. Right. Stop it. Go watch Brokeback Mountain and shut up.
You want me so bad it tastes like acid in your mouth. Like, nope.
I don't know if this was written tongue-in-cheek or not. But it's not gay.
Either way is good.
Either way, it's hilarious. I hope it was not written tongue-in-cheek and someone was just that, like, stop looking for gay subjects. I want to enjoy this movie because I'm not a gay, and I want to enjoy this male relationship. Stop it. I'm not a gay. I didn't catch it.
I like it because the action.
I swear. And
how they look in bodysuits.
And Patrick Swayze's pecs. It's not gay.
His hair is sweet.
It is. And I just want to run my fingers through it.
And I don't care that Lori Petty's built just like Patrick Swayze and Johnny Utah. It's not gay.
It's not gay. So those are my
of that.
Yes,
I would say the strongest person in this movie was that naked lady that jumped out of the shower.
Yes.
It's like whooping everybody.
Yeah, she went in beast mode. I think that was Marshawn Lynch.
Even Jenny said, she goes, are you kidding me? She goes, he just beat up all 4 of those guys by himself at the ocean. And now I'm like, well, she's naked.
Yeah, and naked supermodel jumps out of the shower. Naked wet supermodel just starts beating Utah.
She did. She
threw a mean right cross.
She was throwing him all around that.
Yes, she was
all around that bathroom.
I think
smashing
she gave
his head into the mirror.
I think she gave him an F5 at one point. She had Brock
Rana.
Lesnar's lats.
Yeah, she spit like a Goldberg.
She did the Mr. Perfect gum thing.
Rolled her eyes back at her head. And
gave the Benoit headbutt off the top rope.
Yeah. It's
Probably
right
shouldn't
there, right
reference
off
him.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was tough.
She was tough. All right, folks, it's that point in the mini show you've all been waiting for. The Let's Talk About Flicks signature segment, the 3, 2, 1, in which Oz and I each share 3 goods, 2 bads, and 1 about this week's movies is 1991's The OG Point Break. Yes. Oz, what are your 3 goods?
Kathryn Bigelow, we've seen it all month long. She keeps things moving.
She does.
This is a 2-hour movie that just it hums because she knows how to tie scenes together, and she really, really does a great job of keeping things moving on a clip. My second good, Gary Busey reading comics. When they were staking out the bank and he was reading this Calvin and Hobbes is hilarious. Like he's reading the comic strips in the newspaper and just living his best life. He's having a great time. And my third good, gas pump flamethrower.
Yes.
I didn't see that coming. That was pretty
sweet. Yeah.
That was pretty sweet. So those are my 3 goods. What do you got?
As far as my 3, I like to always record our goods and bads here.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. For my 3, I'm gonna go with kind of. I'll start with it's kind of funny when we were talking about Charles Tillman earlier. I gave that like I will use him as an example of someone who changed careers. Utah was actually talking to Tyler earlier in the movie when he's convincing her to train him.
Yeah,
and again he's sort of in character and he's. And he's not being quite truthful, but I think he did drop something in there that I think did have some truth to it. And he said that when I was younger, I wanted to go into law enforcement. My parents wanted me to be a lawyer, and so I was chasing my parents' goals, not mine.
Yeah.
And I will again. I'm a high school, college, and career counselor. I will kind of use a very similar wordplay with students sometimes. And usually I'll do it more in the context of not necessarily parents or families you're chasing their goals, but your peers' goals. Because you work in a high school too. It's easy for kids to get swept up in comparison. Like who am I compared to this person athletically? Who am I compared to this person socially, academically? And you get so swept up in trying to keep up with other people that you lose your sense of identity and your sense of purpose, let alone goals. And so, I that line based on what I do for a living stuck out to me. And it's like, I like how you frame that there. Chase your goals, not somebody else's.
Right.
So
well put.
That's my first. My second one is just Patrick Swayze is just absolutely electric in this movie. Yes. He's so good.
He really is.
Yeah. Again, he was coming off Ghost. But he just nails this role. Just gets the character that like he's loose and easygoing when he, that's the vibe of Bodhi. But at the end, when he kind of starts losing control of the situation, you can see him becoming unrattled and starting to act in ways that are really out of character for Bodhi. And Bodhi knows it, and just how that.
Well, and the crew's calling him on it too.
Yeah,
you're like, what? Why are we going for the vault? We never go for the vault.
Yeah, because he was trying to prove himself to Utah.
Yeah,
and yes, Patrick Swayze just so
he was
so good in this movie.
He was great. He was great in this movie.
My last good is the Reagan mask itself. I love the fact that it was Bodhi wearing it, but it's smiling. It has the eyebrows up.
The mouth moves when his mouth moves.
And again, just the fact that it's him wearing his character wearing the Reagan mask, I thought was just made all the sense in the world. But also just how it looked, it gave that extra menacing sense to the bank customers, and also just kind of Reagan's overall vibe. Yeah, I'm gonna smile and be the kind, dear old man while I
take your money,
while I take your money and give it to rich people, because that was kind of Reagan's thing.
Yep.
All right, so those are my 3 goods. Oz, what are your 2 bads?
There's a lot of parts of this where Keanu's not convincing when he's acting tough or angry.
Yeah.
I won't say he did a bad job. It was fine, but there's a limited range of what Keanu Reeves is convincing doing. And there was a lot of it in this one where like he doesn't yell well.
Yeah.
He doesn't he's a pretty face. And so he's not believable when he's angry. Or especially when he's acting tough, but whatever. And my second one is, and it's not a major bad, but it's just how very obvious this plot was going to be.
Yeah.
I've not watched a trailer. I knew of the movie, so I mean, it's, it's 25 years old. I mean, I know how it was going to go, but in watching it, it's so obvious from the jump. Like, yeah, like almost. I understand you got to lengthen it, but it's like there really was no point with the Anthony Kiedis gang, other than to throw the characters a red herring. You weren't fooling the audience.
No.
And so it just added an extra scene or two for the characters before they figured out the truth. I mean, the rest of us knew. I mean, how would you not know? I would be shocked to watch this for the first time with somebody and then just be like, like
it wasn't Anthony Kiedis,
right? Like of course it's Bodhi's gang. So plus Patrick Swayze sounds like Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
So even in those early scenes where they are robbing a bank and we see them there, we don't see their faces. It sounds like Patrick Swayze.
Little hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Right. So that's my second bad. What do you got?
Yeah, well done. For my two, and I almost frame this as a good in a way, but I'm gonna frame it as a bad. Like Bodhi's crew, even though they're doing bad things, they give off they're good people vibe. The feds are complete jerks. Like, like they're awful. Like the McKinley's character and the other guys that are sort of assigned to work with them sometimes. Like they're just awful.
Yeah, they are. They're terrible.
They're uncaring. It's all about results. It's not about the people that the people they're working with or the people they're trying to protect. Like they're very, very uncaring. So that's my first bad is, the feds are just bad people. And the second one is a dig at myself. I had a hard time coming up with bads for this one.
I did too.
So this one, and I've used this kind of thing before, I was a lot more pompous and haughty in my youth with how I consumed pop culture. And so why didn't I let myself like this movie when I was younger? I didn't let myself like it. And I think it was because this kind of movie appealed to it was kind of framed as like a guy's movie, when it came out, and I didn't want to associate with liking a guy's movie, like a tough guy movie,
right?
And so I didn't let myself like it, and this was a very different experience for me watching it later in my life, again, when I've let go of some of that judgment and just allow myself to like things for what they are. And my second bad is at me. Why didn't I let myself enjoy this movie more?
I had almost an exact conversation with my daughter yesterday. She's 15 and it took 10 years for Stranger Things to wrap up. So when it started, she was 6, so now that season 5 has come out and wrapped, there's a lot of girls at school that have been watching it.
Sure.
Her cousin being one of them has been watching it for a while, and a couple girls in her grade that it's kind of surprising that they are watching it or even allowed to watch it. But they sit at the same lunch table and they talk about it. And so they've kind of been pushing her to watch it, and she's been digging in, wanting to watch other stuff. And so she's got like a girls' day with her cousin later this afternoon. And she said the other day, she's like, well, I told her I'd start watching Stranger Things. And if we're going to, hang out on Sunday, I should probably watch some. So she comes downstairs last night and I'm like, you've been watching Stranger Things? She just smiled. She goes, yeah. I go, do you like it? She goes, I'm on episode 3. And I'm like, okay, so is it good? And it's like, it was hard for her to acknowledge that it's good.
Something that's in the zeitgeist and,
And she even says, she goes, same thing. I don't know why I've been putting it off. And I kind of told her, I go, well, for one, everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
So you like to be different. And
she's counterculture. I can identify with your daughter with how she consumes things and how she frames things.
But then she rebuffed that and she goes, well, she just finished watching Heated Rivalry. And she goes, well, that's popular. And I watched that. I go, but that's also new. I go, another thing is Stranger Things is done. And so maybe there's some intimidation of being late to the party. And she goes, yeah, maybe. She goes, but it's really good. And we're like, yeah. So we were talking to, it's like, honey, it's a show. No one, it's not anyone's. Like, I understand, maybe following, copying someone's fashion or something like that. I go, but honey, it's a show. Like, nobody owns it. Millions of people enjoy it. It's okay to like it as well. So I'd like to see her kind of break through some of that, because I was that way too. Like, just, nope, I don't want to watch that movie. Everybody else likes it.
So and so likes it. I'm not. No.
But no, I'm right there with you. And I did just last night, like 12 hours ago, have that same conversation with my daughter.
Yeah. So well said, sir. What's your for Point Break, guys?
All right, so the car chase, the Pappas, Keanu Reeves, they're in the cars, they're chasing down the Lincoln or whatever, and Pappas comes rolling around the corner, and of course the hubcap comes flying off. How does Hollywood get hubcaps to roll like that in movies? It happens a lot.
RoboCop has a scene like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that have that scene. You take a hard corner, and the inertia of your hubcap just pops off. Like, I'm going this direction. How do they do it? Because clearly it's not I don't believe it's a natural occurring phenomenon. Of course, we don't really have hubcaps anymore. We just build the design into the rim. But like, how did they do it? What was the mechanism to get that to pop off at just the right time? So
there's one guy in Hollywood who specializes in that.
It's Deep Roy.
It is Deep Roy. Yeah,
he's small enough to sit inside the rim.
He sits in the rim and just
pushes it.
just pushes it off.
It's Warwick Davis or Deep Roy. One of those two.
Just sit in the wheel and just push it out.
So
if you look closely,
you see his arms. His little ones just sticking right up there. But no, so how does Hollywood get those hubcaps to roll away?
Well said.
So what do you got?
God, I had so many. I'm just going to rattle a couple off, and I think the last one is the one that I think I'll have the official one. The first one is there a better action hero character named than Johnny Utah? Like, it's pretty sweet. Like,
right. It is pretty sweet.
How could they sprint wearing those masks? Like,
I thought that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, we volunteered at a haunted trail this last Halloween, and I dressed as it's kind of a menacing Santa Claus with a latex mask on, standing there,
not doing anything.
No, just standing there, breathing into my own mask.
Yeah, it's at nighttime, so it's not like you're under the blazing sun.
Yeah, and it got cold. Like, there were times it was cold, but standing there, breathing into my own mask. So I thought that too, having worn a latex mask for hours on end, watching him sprint through LA with that, I was like, oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Poor stuntman.
Another one, closer to the end, the airport shootout scene. Pappas and Utah go to the airport and they just drive right on the tarmac.
I said that too.
They just drive right out of the tarmac.
90s was a different era.
Yeah. I'm processing this as I normally do with Patreon subscriber Melissa L. And she's like, well, this was pre 9/11. Yeah. It's like, but did they just let anybody just drive out of the tarmac?
You just flash your badge.
There you go. But we didn't even see them do that. So we don't like, so just tarmac access.
I get you just go. So, and my backup was, why did Pappas not have on a bulletproof vest?
Yeah. Like, that's fair.
Yeah, like, even Jenny said that. She's like, he didn't have a vest on. She goes, or no, actually, she goes, he had to have had a vest. I go, that's a lot of blood to be on the skin for no vest, or to have a vest on.
You know what happened? They shot him in the meatball sandwich.
That's where he stores it. It's like a sword.
Shing. I mean, that's what they were for. You got two of them. They can stop
two
bullets.
Now and two to stop the bullet.
Those are really dense meatballs.
A lot of bread.
Really,
breadcrumbs.
Really pack them in there tightly.
Oh well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our 40-minute video.
I have my real yet.
Oh, you're not even done with
I know.
I'm sorry.
Rambling. My real sorry there, Oz, is how come more action movies don't feature dog throwing?
Yes.
During the the foot chase sequence, Bodhi literally picks up a dog and throws it at Utah.
And a follow-up, Why did that dog not attack Bodhi?
No,
He's just standing outside the door, cradling this pit bull.
Cradling this.
And when he throws it at Johnny, it starts attacking Johnny, but didn't attack Bodhi.
No, it has to be thrown.
Yeah, there needs to be a lot more dog throwing. And then for Bodhi to just kind of kick the dog away.
Yeah,
you even hear it.
Yeah, that was a little rough, but like just like again, not that I'm encouraging this in reality, folks, but like just I'm gonna throw a dog at you. Yeah. We're in the middle of a Bigfoot chase. Here we go.
We teach poodles how to fly. So it's two. We've covered 2 dog throwing films.
We have. Well, we missed that as a theme, dog throwing.
Yeah. We had cat juggling with the jerk.
We could, animal tossing. There we go. Yeah. Oh. Well, that is 1991's Point Break.
All right. Well, again, a 40-minute mini episode.
Yeah, mini quote unquote episode. Well, there's so much to talk about. With this one too.
we did the due diligence. We needed to go through it. Here's the thing: is like the crazy thought is. Even with an abbreviated plot, we're still pushing 40-45 minutes.
Again, it was a fun episode. And again, you and I, our prep really showed for this just because we both had a lot of fun with the normal bits. And so I'm okay with it being 45 minutes.
Oh, I'm totally fine with it. So, hit up the website, like, subscribe, all that stuff. We didn't even mention Patreon subscribers at the beginning of this. That's how badly we wanted to get into it. But But shout out to our Patreon subscribers, Don S, Aaron A, Made, KMLSL, Colin KLLM. Thank you guys. And we'll be back in just a few moments.
Yes.
with the real kickoff of February.
Yeah.
As what's the theme for next month?
Well, it's for our loyal listeners. They know what's coming. Every February, we turn things over to our significant others, our betters.
Our wives.
Our wives. And every February, we have Wife's Choice Month. Yep. And we're my wife picks 2 and your wife picks 2. And we enjoy what they enjoy. And we talk about things that have meaning for them. And we're going to kick off week 1 of 2026 Wives Choice Month with a movie that is special to my wife, and that would be 1987's The Princess Bride.
I think this movie is special to a lot of wives.
I think it is. Special to a lot of wives.
I love this movie.
It's a fun movie. There's a reason why it's so popular.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys later this week. Guys, these are dropping the same day. Let's not fool ourselves.
Yeah.
So, I might drop this one like the day before or something.
Sure, why not? Break it up a little bit.
But we'll see you guys next episode with The Princess Bride.